It is time for crafting with a cause. It's a knit-a-thon. This is in support of the American Cancer Society. So, welcome to the knit-a-thon that we're starting today. Cancer is very near and dear to my heart because I have had family members and friends affected by cancer. Um, so being supportive of the individuals and the family members that are going through this is it goes a long way. It goes a very long way. So I've taken it upon myself to be intentional this month and supporting American Cancer Society with a knit-a-thon. So what that means is I'm doing daily knitting, and the challenge for me is to knit every day first, and second, to go live while we're knitting. It's a Knit at Nine series, and also to complete a project within the hour. So I need to get started. The project that we're working on today is actually sponsored by one of the donators to my fundraiser. So, if you're interested in donating to the American Cancer Society for my fundraiser, this specifically, your donation goes straight to the American Cancer Society, but you also sponsor a project for me to knit, which is so cool. Let me just share with you this really quick. This is my items that you can actually sponsor for this American Cancer Society. And I'm also going to share with you a calendar. Where's my calendar here? I removed my calendar. So the calendar shows the items that have been sponsored, and we have a few sponsors for this week, but there's still more spaces on the calendar that need to be filled up. So I'm encouraging and asking for your donations. You see on the right side, I have the project view, so you'll be able to see the project that I'm working on. Like I said, this one today is sponsored by Sandra. And if we're going to get this done in an hour, I need to get started. I want to share with you the machine that I'm using to make this chemo beanie. That's what we're making today. I'm using a circular knitting machine, and I'm going to bring you in a little bit closer so that you can actually see what's going on. Sandra, thank you so much for sponsoring this item. So I'm using this yarn today. We're going to have a pink beanie that we're making. And I'm going to need these scissors for this project, a darning needle for this project, which is basically just a needle with a large hole and not a very sharp point. I may need a crochet hook for this project. I have my faux fur puff that's going to go on the top. I have a tag that I'm going to add on here as well. A button underneath to hold on the fur pom pom. And then all of the items that are sponsored will get this tag on it. This tag is for Sandra's cap. Cool, right? So let me go ahead and load up this machine. If you are a knitter, you're used to seeing the two knitting needles. If you are into circular knitting, you may be used to seeing this machine. I'm going to go to the very first pin here, which is the black pin right here, if you can see right here. And I'm going to add my thread, my yarn, to the right of the pin. And we're going to close it. So the only thing we do is crank and watch. So, you know what? That's not right. I'm all nervous and excited at the same time. Let me tell you the right way to do. First, we have to cast on. So the cast on is hooking the needles. So we're going under the first needle, behind the next, under the third, behind the fourth, under the fifth, and then we're just weaving it in and out, in front and behind of all of the needles. So I'm turning the wheel slowly just to make sure that I capture the yarn under every pin. You hear the squeaking? Okay, so now we're back at the beginning. So this piece right here, if you can see, is this golden, what I call the Golden Gate Bridge. So then I'm going to thread the yarn through there and close it. So now that was our cast on, but that row is not counted. I have a counter here that I'm going to reset to 0 so that we know how many rows that we do. And when you first start, you're going to go around this first row pretty slowly just to make sure everything is catching. And when you hear that click like that, it means that there's a little bit extra tension. It's going to stop here in a moment. Okay, so now off the first few rows, now we can go a bit faster. So for this chemo beanie, each time I go around, it's a row. So I found that the beanies that I make have a minimum of 120 rows. And depending upon the yarn, I may go a little bit beyond 120 rows, just if it's not as stretchy. So we are at 6 rows so far, and you'll be able to actually see this project grow as we're live. So I'm holding the yarn with my left hand, if you can see, on the left side of the screen, just to give it a bit of tension so that my stitches aren't too loose and so that they don't fall off of my pins here. This is an arm workout. It is a bit of an arm workout, but I need it. And plus, it's for a great cause. You're able to see as the project grows, it grows out and then it grows down. Kind of like curly hair. It grows out and then it grows down as it gets longer. So this machine that I'm using, it's called the Addi Circular Knitting Machine. And I'm actually fairly new to this, which is part of this challenge for me. I definitely believe in stretching yourself so that you can grow. This is a stretch for me to use this machine that I'm still learning, but I'm now learning it live with you. Because this is for a good cause. Let's see if we can add a bit of music to our stream here. Do you like that music? What about this? I like this one. So once the project hits the table, I'll be able to roll it up just to make sure that it doesn't affect any of my stitches. When I say affect my stitches, I mean falling off the pins or not stitching, not looping. And we're actually at 53. If you're not familiar with this machine, but would like to know a little bit more about it, I can actually share with you some details on this machine that I'm working on.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Knitting at 9. Today I want to share my fantastic Addi Circular Knitting Machine. This machine has 46 pins and it allows me to knit tubes and panels really quickly. It's a game changer for my knitting projects. What I really love about the Addi is how user friendly it is. I'm new to this circular knitting machine, but it is perfect for both beginners and experienced knitters because you can go above and beyond. And the quality of the finished items, it's just amazing. I got my Addi set up on my Dreambox table, the ideal crafting spot. It just really keeps everything organized so that I can focus on creativity without distractions. I'm really excited to explore the possibilities with this machine throughout our series. Let's dive in.
All right. So while that was playing, we are on the table. We have reached the table. So now I'm going to just roll this up just to make sure that it's not dragging. And I have my little donut there that fits in the middle. We're at 71 rows and we're going to a minimum of 20. One hundred and 20 is the minimum rows. And with this yarn, since it's stretchy, we may be good with 120. So how many knitters are out there? If you are a knitter and you're watching this live, let me know. If you are watching this on the replay, let me know as well. Thank you for watching and tuning into our Knit at 9. Let me actually share with you so that you can see what we're doing. The yarn is getting a bit snagged here. I love it when the yarn feeds perfectly out of the middle of a skein. Also, sometimes bunch of things. Rose. 94 rows. I'm excited about it. Hey, Pamela. Thanks for watching. I'm excited to see the finished product too. My goal is to finish everything live. Let me roll this up just to make sure that it doesn't drag on my stitches. We're at 100 rows. 20 more to go. So the projects that I'm creating in the knit-a-thon are going to be donated to my local hospital to their cancer patients. So I'm creating chemo caps, the beanies, like the one that I'm working on now, scarves, as well as bookmarkers. I did have pillows on my list of items to be sponsored, but as I was practicing with the pillows, it actually takes longer than an hour, so I had to take that one off because I want to be able to do projects that I can feasibly finish within the hour. So those three options are things that you can sponsor. Thanks for watching, Pam. Hopefully you're having a good Friday. We are taking the screen. We are at 114 rows. So we've reached 120. Let me just see. Yeah, I think this will be. See here too, as it expands here. So when I stop the row, I have to stop on the first stitch so that my yarn can line up. And these pins are numbered, so I can tell where number 1 is. That I'm on 30, so it's coming up here. There's 46 pins, so here we are right here. So this is the very last stitch. So what I want to do is make sure that I have enough yarn that's basically the length of the machine, and then cut it. We're done with that. So I've cut my yarn. Now I'm going to thread this darning needle so that we can take the project off of the machine. And we're going to do that by turning the machine slowly. I'm going to take this out. Turning the machine slowly, stitch by stitch. But this very last stitch here, I just want to turn it to make sure that that knits, because this black one will be the first one that we take off, and then we'll just go all the way around. And to take them off, you just slowly crank, and when the pin goes underneath, you pick it up with your needle there. So I'm going to keep turning and keep picking up. this takes it off of the machine. Oh, hey Pam, that's a very good question. How many hats will I be doing? So my goal is to knit. Well, the knitathon is going from November 1st to November 30th. So I'm going to be knitting something every day. So there'll be a minimum of 30 projects, meaning like a scarf or a hat or a bookmarker. 30 items will be donated to my local hospital. But that's just throughout the month. I've already created some items just in practice and in fun using this machine. So as many as I can, but at least 30. Well, I'll say at least like 40 because I've made already like 10 projects. But great question. And if you're interested in sponsoring an item, you can definitely make a donation with the link that is shared in this post. And your donation goes straight to the American Cancer Society. It doesn't come to me, but I'm just using that donation as incentive to sponsor knitted items. But great question. As you can see, the project is coming off of the machine. I'm picking up all of these stitches. Sometimes picking up one, sometimes picking up two. I don't want to get overzealous and lose a stitch. So I actually had my mammogram. Oh, let me change the screen. I'll put both of us up. You see me. So I actually had my mammogram last month, and it was so cool that when I went into the office in the dressing room or undressing room, there was all these encouraging words and positive affirmations on the mirror that was in the dressing room for people to see as they're coming in to get their mammograms. That was so inspiring. I'm all about positive affirmations. So I thought that was the coolest thing, especially for someone that's, maybe a bit hesitant to come in to get a mammogram because they're not the most comfortable thing to do. But I thought that was amazing. I'm going to show that picture because I took a picture and a video of it. I may show it to you on the next live that we do. So this is done. So now I'm going to go ahead and just remove the machine, and I have it clamped to my table. So I'm just going to take my clamps off, clamps out of the way, and try not to knock everything over. Get up my little marks from the feet. I just sprayed my table with alcohol to get rid of those marks. And this is what we have. I'm going to get rid of this needle. And since there were no other um, strings added, like no other color changes or anything like that, we don't have to worry about connecting any strings on the inside, which is cool. So here's our beanie. We can stretch it out. We can stretch it this way. And what we want to do, this is the short end. This is the one that we cast it on with. So first we want to go ahead and just cinch this and just adjust the mouth here. Cinch it a little bit more. And then on this side, we want to do the same thing. This is the long side. Cinch this, adjust it, cinch and adjust. Okay, so both of the ends with the tails, I'm just going to line those up. So the side that we start with, this is actually going to be the outside of the hat. This is going to be the inside of the hat. So I'm going to take this, wait, this is the side that we started with because this is the shorter tail. So, yeah, oh, long actually. Oops, this one's longer. So I'm going to take this and feed it inside of here. And you'll see what I mean by that. Video is worth 1,000 words. You can say it all day, but seeing it is something different, right? So we're basically doubling it. And I'm getting this string that was on the other side and lining it up with this string up here. So just flattening it out like that, making sure that it's smooth. Okay, and then I'm getting my strings. So the inside string, I want to pull that out and make sure that it's out. And the outside string is the one that we're going to use to stitch it up. And I'm going to thread this needle. This is a bigger one. I like to use a bigger one to sew up the outside. So as these are lined up, you can see this right here. We're going into all of the loops that are on top of this drawstring right here. These strings hanging out are going to be drawstrings. So we're going to go into this first loop on the other side, which is this one. And then we're just going to alternate back and forth in this outside loop, in the inside loop. Outside and inside. We're going to do that all the way around. I like doing the edge this way because it makes for a cleaner edge. To me, it looks a lot neater. But I'm trying to make sure that I don't stitch up the drawstring. If I do, it'll make it hard to cinch it together. So let's see if I can put this on a double so that you can see both of us. Oh, Pam, thank you. Thank you for that. I am prayerful as well. That goal is met. Encouragement from you and from others will will help me to be able to come on here every day and to do this live knitting for a cause. It's a craft that I love and definitely a cause that is near and dear. The two together work. I'm going to put our music back on. See how this edge is coming together? Well, as I was saying before about my mammogram that I did last month, I usually have mine at the towards the end of the year, October, every year. And I encourage early screening because I can get my results. Everything's good. Yay. But that's not the case for everyone. It's not the case for everyone as far as having clear results. And those that do have results that come back with tumors and whatever, it's a challenging situation. It's a hard situation to handle. And having that support of family and friends means everything. Being supportive of those that you know that are going through this goes a long way. And I have done that with my friends and family and want to extend that to people that I don't know. So, like I said, these things that I'm knitting are going to my local hospital for cancer patients, chemo patients specifically. It is knitting for a cause. They're always trying to make sure not to pick up my drawstring. Yeah, I didn't. I'll be able to tell if I did it when I go to pull them. When I go to section. here's the edge because we've gone all the way around. So now I can take this off. So now what we want to do is first this inside string, I want to pull to tighten that one. Just keep adjusting it, make sure that it's going all the way around. Sometimes it gets lucky. Then I'll be able to put my button on the inside. This is going to be the holder for our faux fur. That one through. This one not a knot. I'm not going to tie a knot on here, but I'm going to do a tie that's, pretty tight. And then actually I'm going to do a bow. And I'm going to do another bow, just in case someone wants to take this off, to take the palm off to wash it. So now I'm going to take my crochet hook. I'm going to stick it through that hole at the top because there's still that little hole there. So no, with heel. So this is coming through on the other side. I'm going to get my palm, find my little loop. There's a black loop. Grab this loop. This elastic is not cooperating with me today. here's our beanie. Awesome. Adjust it so. Now I like to add the little tags on here just to show that it is handmade. So you see that. And I'm going to add it with this yarn that we used to cut off. Use this darning needle. Inside, since this is a double wall hat, and I can just put And we did it! Here is our beanie. Got our pink over, pom-pom, pink hat, our handmade tag with the yarn going through. So now the only thing that we need to do is add our tag from our sponsor. I'm just going to put my crochet hook in here and pull this side through. Put my crochet hook on this This is just going to be a bow because I don't want to take off. Here we are. Knitting at 9, knitting for a cause. We have been able to complete our first project. Yay! And this is sponsored by Sandra. Thank you so much, Sandra, for sponsoring this chemo beanie that we've created. I'm so excited to knit all these projects and hopefully be able to complete all of them at 9. So we saw that we can do a beanie hat within the hour. Hopefully we'll be able to do a scarf within the hour, as well as the bookmark. Let's see who else is here who's commenting. Oh, Pamela, you're watching still. Yay. So you see the finish. Thank you. It turned out so cute. I'm excited. I'm excited to donate this, and whoever receives it will be able to have a nice little message on here and know that they're thought of. And let me just show you actually a closer picture of what the tag looks like, so that you can see here. So it shows handcrafted with love. This item was made with care for you in support of those affected by breast cancer. We hope this brings you comfort. And then it says a little message over here. Your sponsor is wishing you strength and comfort. They want you to know that you are not alone. And I have the name of the person sponsoring the item written right in the middle here. So this will be on every item that is sponsored. And there will be some items that I will likely make that aren't sponsored. If we don't have sponsors for the whole month, I'm still going to knit a project. And it will likely be a beanie because I'm able to complete this within the hour. So being intentional with my time and dedicating at least an hour every day for the month of November, it puts me in a good space of supporting those with cancer. So I feel good about that. And if you know someone that is affected, friends or family, I know that you are interested in helping out as well. So if you help by sponsoring an item, that will be greatly appreciated. What questions do you have? Does anyone have any questions or comments? I'm excited about this actually, to challenge myself and to get the support from you, from the community. I can share with you just some of the other things that I'll be knitting and what they look like. So this was another cap that I created. These colors are variegated. It's really cool. I love the colors in here. And I actually had enough yarn to knit a scarf that matches this. So the scarves that I'll do will be infinity scarves. They're double walled as well. Just like the beanie is double walled. The infinity scarves like this. So here's the next one. I did a pink and purple beanie, and that's a pink and purple infinity scarf. So some of them will be sets, not all of them will be sets. We have more hat colors here. This machine is addicting. There's a gray one. We have this very colorful one that reminds me of sherbet. This color here. It's a great way to give back and to use up my yarn that has a little bit of this color, a little bit of that color. Not so much on the roll. And here are the bookmarkers that I am creating. So the bookmarkers are flowers. They're fiber flowers. So the stem is knitted. We're going to do that on the machine, on the Addi machine. But the flower itself is crochet. So this is all crocheted, and then it's put together, the top and the bottom. This is another one that I have to finish adding this, attaching the stem. So this was done on the Addi, and then this flower part was crocheted. So these, I believe, will take a little bit longer. So I will likely do the flower bookmarkers on either on Wednesday or Saturday, because those are the days that I'm off. I don't have a work day. My work day starts at 11, so knitting at 9, just for an hour, should be time for us to make a difference, right? Awesome. We actually got done before the hour. That is great. This gives me an idea of how long it takes to complete a project. But I think the reason this one was as smooth as it was because my yarn was feeding really good. You know, sometimes if I have to keep adjusting the yarn, I think that will kind of eat up the time, but I should still be able to finish within the hour. But if I don't finish within the hour for some reason, I'll complete the projects offline, and then I'll show the finished project over in my knitting fundraiser page. If you're not on the fundraiser page, I can definitely add you, because there's other things that I share on the fundraiser page as well. And plus, everyone that donates is going to be entered into a drawing, because giving is my love language. Gifts is my love language. Receiving them is my love language, but I like to give them as well. And so I'm going to be doing a raffle for everyone that sponsors a knitted item, and they'll be able to receive my book, my positive affirmation book. And I have it here. So I'm not sure if I'm going to do 3 drawings or just do 1 drawing for this bundle. But one of the sponsors will be able to win my book here. This is a 90-day affirmation journal. So 90 days of journaling for you. But there's also a roll-lined notebook. This is just blank with lines that can go with it, as well as a zipper pouch that can go with it as well. But like I said, I'm not sure if I should do 3 individual winners or 1 winner from the bundle. Let me know your thoughts. Should we do 3 winners or 1 for those that sponsor, that donate to the American Cancer Society? Let me know your thoughts, and if you have donated, definitely put your vote in for a bundle or 3 winners. Let me know your preference. If there are no other questions, Janet and Addi, which is the machine, and Janae, which is right here, are saying bye for now. Thank you for joining this Knit at 9 knit-a-thon. I think we made good progress today in today's project. So I will be going live every day in the month of November, except for Sundays. So I'll see you tomorrow for the next knitting project. Hopefully to see. Oh, we have a vote for 3 winners. Sherry, thank you for that vote. 3 winners. I like that. I like that. It gives more people the chance or the opportunity to win something just for being kind-hearted. So I received that vote. Thank you for joining in, Sherry. Your project swirled the way that we're working. All right. So I think we're at the top of the hour. If there are any more questions or comments or words of encouragement for those that may be hesitant to do early screening, early screening is very important, very, very important. And it can, go a long way with detecting things early that can be helped, right? So I definitely encourage early screening. Early detection can save lives. Right. And your support means the world to people that are fighting cancer. The donations to the American Cancer Society go a long way. It goes to research. It goes to support of families, and helping some people get their screenings, and just education as well. Educating people about early screening and early detection as well. Thank you, Sherry. All right, so I think that's the end of our live. Until tomorrow, thank you for watching.